Alrighty, this is a follow-up. Whoops, hold on just a second. Much better. Alright, so this is a follow-up video on the Duca d'Asta. I told you last time, hang on, boy, dark beer goes down pretty hard, that I was going to outfit this ship with modules and captain skills and then take her out for another battle. So that's what I did. So here's the ship, and you can see she's a good looking ship. She really is. So for captain skills, I got endurance. So now I know when the enemy is shooting at me and the shells are inbound, I can get on that rudder. And as you recall, that rudder is just incredible. You will just be so maneuverable. Maybe I can save myself a few shell hits. And from the first video, you know that the turret rotation was horrible. So I went ahead and got expert marksman. Increases the turret traverse speed of the guns. So that'll help. But these are just the captain skills. There's more to come. When I get 3 more points, or 2 more points, yeah, that's the one I want. That's the one I want. That's the one that allows you to keep going when your engine is knocked out. And it allows you to keep turning when your rudder is knocked out. And that's a really important skill. Because with the piss poor armor this ship has, you need those. So those were the captain skills. Now let's take a look at the modules I picked. Auxiliary armaments modification is what I did pick, and there's a reason for it. If I had picked magazine modification, I don't know if I'm going to need that. If I go up against a battleship, maybe, because the armor on board this ship really isn't that good. But I decided against it. Your mileage may vary. You might want something else. This is what I did go for, because the AA rating on this ship is kind of lousy. It can barely hold its own, and that's it. So I wanted a little bit more AA, and that's what I got. Then for the second slot, I really thought pretty heavily about this one. I almost went with it, but you saw how accurately this ship shoots. I didn't need better aiming, so I just skipped that one. Would have been nice, but it's got enough on its own. This is one that I also passed on. I'm not planning on getting to within secondary range often, so I don't need that one. AA guns, I've already done the 100% survivability. This is the one that I really did need. Plus 15% to the main battery traverse speed. That plus the captain skill means that these guns should be able to keep up with anything I do to the rudder. It also adds 5% to the reloading time, but with a 7.5 second reload time, that's plenty fast. For the third slot, I really thought about the hydroacoustic search. It allows you to spot enemies when they're hiding inside of a smoke screen, but I'm not going to get close enough to a smoke screen for this to be important. Now the steering gears modification and the propulsion modification, you know, with the captain skill that I'm going to be getting in the future that allows those devices to keep working even after they've been damaged, I don't need this. I don't need steering gears mod 1 or propulsion mod 1, so I just skipped those. This is one that I definitely want. With damage control system mod 1, it reduces the likelihood that I'm going to be put on fire. And I will probably be put on fire. The steering gear mod 2, boy, I thought about this. If you put this onto your ship, you're going to be a rock star out there for maneuverability. The thing already has a 6.7 second rudder shift time. That's the envy of a lot of ships, even some destroyers. But I figured since I had so much of this already, I didn't need to go overboard. I really didn't. So I didn't take the steering gears. It's already 6.7 is fine. Then propulsion modification, it reduces the time that it takes for me to get to full speed. I'm not really too worried about that. The ship is plenty fast, and that's really all I need. The damage control mod is what I did go with. If I do get put on fire or I'm hit with a torpedo, this will give me a little bit more longevity. So those were the mods that I wanted. You put the mods on that you want, the ones that match your style of gameplay. I'm just letting you know what I did. I tend to be a little aggressive. I like to charge in. So I need firepower, I need maneuverability, and I need hit points, something this ship doesn't have much of. Alright, go with my flags. Let's get into battle. So this is, I think, the third battle. And you just saw how I upgraded the ship. It was bone stock before. And you can see where we've spawned. Not a bad place to spawn. I'm going to go ahead and zip ahead a bit in the video. Alright, the enemy just appeared. We've got a destroyer over there. I can tell the difference in the turret traverse already. Now that destroyer popped smoke, but he was at full speed, so the smoke ain't covering him. Haha, took out his engines and his torpedoes. And he fixed that in a hurry. Alright, he's gone. Whoops, there's somebody in front of me. Alright, so hard rudder. Can the guns keep up? Yes, they can. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm on fire. Had two enemies shooting at me. Time to move on. I'm turning around. He turned too much. My torps aren't going to do the job. You can see that it's not much of a problem for the guns to keep up now. I didn't realize it, but I had thrown the ship into reverse. Whoops. That's one of those don't moments. Well, too late for the torps. Can't use them now. I'll take him out the old... Well, somebody already took him out. That is a Cleveland. Those guys are bad news. A couple of shells bounced. Nope, didn't get over. Alright, so let me zip a bit ahead in the video. I considered sending some torps down here, but if my battleship had turned, I'd have wound up hitting my own guys, so I had to pass on that. Couldn't send the torps down there. With 12-kilometer torps, you've really got to be on your toes about what your friendly ships could do. They could turn. And with the 12-kilometer range, it's so easy to wind up torping your own guys. That was a ship that I took a shot at that was poking his nose out, but my guys beat me to it. Now this is in New Mexico. I've got the right ammo loaded, high explosive. Armor piercing is just going to bounce off him. But you notice something? We just started a fire and he put it out. Where the shells are landing, we're not seeing any of those little numbers pop up telling me how much damage per shot was done. After the battle is over, you'll see what that's all about. I didn't even notice it at the time. So we're now capturing, oh no, we're inside C zone, but we're not capturing it yet. Now we are. Those are my torps. Missed him. Well, I think he's pretty much out of here. I'm gonna turn my attention towards the carrier. It's a good thing he didn't turn his attention towards me. At that range, he would have pulverized me. Even at full rudder, my front turrets are capable of turning faster than the ship. Not by much, but they are faster. Good, that's how I like it. When you get into high tier United States destroyers, those guns just rotate so fast it's just scary. Alright, took out his steering. So by now the battle is pretty much over. We've got all the caps, we've got all the points. It's a ton of us against one of them. He's almost dead. Yep. Game over. I sure like the new fire graphics.
We've sunk an enemy aircraft carrier.
Yep. Alright, so did get to sink one out of that. Captured a base. 96 hits. What a difference upgrading can do. Took 4 points. Took first place by 2 points. There's the Bogue. Did some damage there. Another Duca d'Asta. The Gallant. There's that Cleveland. There's that battleship New Mexico. I'm going to pause the video here. Take a look at how many times I hit him with high explosive shells, and that was the right shell to use against a battleship. Armor piercing would have just bounced off. 43 hits and 0 damage done. 0. Didn't even cause a fire, and I started one. So that tells me if you're in one of these Duca d'Astos, or whatever you pronounce it as, don't get into it with a battleship. Just turn and run. Because you can hit him 43 times, start a fire, and do no damage at all. He's just gonna wipe you out if he decides to turn his attention to you. So that's it. That is the upgraded Duca d'Asta. I just call it the Duca. She's a lot of fun, especially upgraded. But don't get into it with a battleship. It will not go well. Very cool. Alright, well that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have fun.